Well, thank you for coming on my show.
Yeah, of course. I love that little thing that says meaning in progress. It always seems
Yes, you're welcome. How's everything going there?
it's going good. I just had a nice well visit. Um, and
And
I
you're
got
you're in New York, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all that smoke and everything.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Is it going?
Oh yeah, with the whole smoke thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. It was actually funny enough, it was on my sister's prom. So
Is it all gone now?
yeah, it's all gone. Thankfully, it's all gone.
That's good. I'm very glad. So, before we get started, you were in the lead role, and of course, planting an unwanted seed.
Yeah.
What can you tell people about that?
Yeah, sure. So, I was in the show planning on to succeed, and I got to take revenge on my sister, which was kind of cool. I was naive and also rebellious, which was kind of cool. Kind of contradict each other, I guess you could say, because when you think of someone who's naive, you think of someone who's like gullible, but then she
Hmm.
ends up, getting revenge on her sister because she tries to play a trick on her. And my character, sorry, I'm a little tired. My character actually puts some stuff on her pillow and plays a trick on her back.
Hmm.
And like she's like, I'm not gonna take I realize that you're lying to me and like this is not okay type of thing. So it's a bit of a twist. It's a bit of a turn into it.
Well, amazing. Of course, and looking at my notes here, it won the best short film independent at the Paris Independent Film Festival. Congratulations about that.
Thank you.
You're upcoming. You have the Queen of Magic, um, and of course you have you played young Addison in that.
Yes.
And then of course you have another one came out in 2022 that Immutable Uncertainties.
Yeah.
You played young Kristen, and that's about a mother who's going in Alzheimer's. So, what was that about? Like, I know you probably can't talk about the one I've talked about, the Queen of Magic, as post-production or pre-production, but the other one I'm talking about is Unsuitable. And where was that filmed at? And how was it? Like, how did you get that role?
Yeah. So I think it was filmed in upstate New York, nearby where I am. And it was really cool. It was my first film. So it was really cool. It was a special moment. And it was my first time on set, and I had a great time with the directors. Everyone was so
Mhm.
awesome to work with. And the the storyline is the woman the yeah, she reflects on her childhood memories, and thinking about like the good times that she had before her mother started forgetting who she was. So I played the younger daughter, and yeah, it was really incredible, and um, it was a great experience. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, back was very beginning, where can people see the short film Planting an Unwanted Seed? Where can people see that?
I actually don't know all of those details, but I think it's streaming on
Okay.
Vimeo. I'm
No,
trying.
okay.
I'll let you know if I have more information.
Yes, please do. And also, Unmutable Uncertainties, that's also, is that out yet or not? Is not.
No, it's out. Yeah, it's out.
And then where can people see that?
Immutable Uncertainties. Yeah, I think that's also on the same streaming platform.
Okay.
Um, I will figure out more information. If I have more information, I'll let you know.
Yes, you can let the audience know. Now, you start acting in 2020, recently. Right. So, and you worked in 7 films. So 2020 till now, this is 2023. And if you mind me asking, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 14.
14 years old. Wow. And you started acting in 2020. So, long story short, from leading from, long time ago until I say long time ago, but leading up to now to 2020, and I
Mhm.
was during the crazy pandemic time.
Yeah.
Everybody was on pause, like every state. So what made you get into acting, especially during the crazy, unfortunate event that was happening across the whole world during the pandemic, wearing masks, staying safe. We didn't know what to do, right? We didn't know
Yeah.
fact, right? We didn't know when the normal life would come back. Now everything's normal now, but
Thankfully, yeah.
yeah, so what led you to, did you decide to like, oh, I'm gonna do it? And you told your parents, or did you like start watching something on TV, like cartoons or Disney, or what made you start acting?
Yeah. So I've always loved like singing around my house. When I was really young, I've loved like making up my own songs. I used to like write it on a napkin and like all the time I would just find ideas and I would write them down. Um, and I my parents put me in like singing and piano lessons when I was younger. And so my parents actually took me to Ellen Stardust, which is like a famous diner in New York City. And they took me there, and it's like where people like Broadway performers perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in this whole like Frozen stage when I was younger. And so they were playing Let It Go, Elsa's song. And they invited me to come up and go on like the stage that they had. And it
Mm-hmm.
was really cool. It was so much fun. And then my parents, I don't remember remembering this, but my parents told me that I said it was like the best day of my life. And I don't remember that, but I just remember like it was the snow was falling down and I was like, oh, this is so great. So
Wow, amazing. And then that's where you started your acting career.
yeah. Well, actually that was like before I started acting.
Okay.
Um, I started acting a little bit, but then I I was actually singing to my mom on Mother's Day when a guy approached me and he was in this program called BAA.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool because I got to audition for the program and I got representation like a couple weeks later and I shot an actual commercial. So that was kind of how it grew.
Wow. And then you've been in the commercials. So it's amazing. And then of course you're a singer. Am I correct?
Yeah, I love singing.
So, what made you, did you first start singing, or did you start acting first and then you got into singing? Which one came first?
Yeah, I think it was pretty much singing because I've
Hmm.
always been singing for my whole life. Um, it's just always made me happy. And then it decided when I was like, I think I was like 8, and I decided this is something I wanted to do and I was passionate about.
Amazing. And now, you're 14 years old. And it's for a young age for you. It's, you just started. And you're already did some roles. You won, like I said, the shows I recently said planting unwanted seed. You won the short form. Congratulations again. A couple of films you working on. So now, it's just like, where do you see yourself? I know this is probably too early to ask, but where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or 10 years? Do you see, because you're 14, you're about to get your driver's license, about to go to, high school, graduate college. And do you see yourself, living in New York all your life and just traveling from New York to other places? Or do you see yourself potentially, moving to the beautiful state of LA? I mean, New York is a beautiful, no offense, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
where do you see yourself, like potential wise?
Yeah. So in 5 years from now, I'd be a senior, right? Yeah, I'd be a senior. Um, same age as my sister, actually. And I think it depends. If for whatever reason I'm able to go to LA, I'd love to. Um, it's a great place. And but I think I'll definitely still continue this. I mean, I don't know what the future is gonna bring, But right now, this is something that I'm really, really passionate about.
Wow. And you know, you as a 14-year-old, you know, I just say this because you look so mature, you know. I shouldn't say look, but you are mature, you know, and it's like you don't when you're talking, you talk like you're a adult. And so um
I get that sometimes.
good. I just want to give you a compliment. Now, this is an important question I ask a lot of young actors, you know, younger, you know, especially who are in high school and you know, especially in college, but you know, elementary and high school and college. But how do you juggle your life from going to school and then doing acting and doing audition and doing homework? So how do you juggle your life? Because I mean, your schedule must be crazy.
Yeah, it's a hard question. I mean, so um thankfully I've been able to be in school, and mostly auditions haven't come on like school days and stuff. Um, but sometimes I'm like doing an audition while I'm like doing schoolwork like right afterwards, and sometimes it can get back to back a little bit. But I think it's school both are great. I love school, I love acting, they're both great. Um, I think it's just about time management and remembering to um, making sure that you spend a good amount of time on schoolwork, but you also
Hmm.
spend a good amount of time on acting, and that like schoolwork doesn't take away from acting and vice versa. So
Right.
I think that's just probably what I'd say about it.
Wow. And now, what do you like about acting so far, up to now?
Yeah, so I really like being able to like tell someone else's story, um, and to be able to make people feel. I think that's really powerful. Um, yeah, I like certain actors who like make people like after you watch the film and after like the next day or a few days later, you still remember like that story because it's so
Hmm.
heartfelt. So I think that's really powerful. And also to be able to like go from playing like different roles and people that are like very different than who you are as a person. Um I tend to lean more towards like darker work because um I really like intensity. Um but I
So you're a horror movie person.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm in between. Um, but I definitely like deep emotion, and I
Hmm.
think that's something that really makes me happy and be able to audition for those type of roles, but also be able to do something that's a bit more light to balance out that is cool.
Hmm. So you if correct me if I'm wrong, but you see yourself being in films like you were in about about the mother who had Alzheimer's. You're kind of type of person that you want to see your character in that film to talk about true events, about Alzheimer's or other issues that we can tell people stories. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I really like Natalie Portman. She's a great actor. I saw her in The Professional, which was really, really good. And those are like
Yes, it was good.
really good. Yeah.
Now what type of roles would you like your character to play?
Okay, so let me think about that one for a second. I think I'd like my character to play my character as Immutable Uncertainties, or yeah. Um I'd like her be to tell like her mom that like to tell her because her boyfriend's like also involved in the film, and it's talking
Hmm.
about like how she um her boyfriend kind of helps her to go to see her mom, even though it's like really hard for my older self to do that. um so just like remembering her childhood memories and thinking about that is kind of who I want my character to to be and to think about.
Okay. Now, what or how do you approach yourself to get into character? What's your routine? Like, I know every actor and every actress is different. So for yourself, what's your routine?
Yeah. Well, I guess to get into like a dark scene, I like thinking about something that like makes me sad or something that makes me like emotional or like it makes me hard to think about something that's like lighter. Um I actually I actually knew someone who died of a brain tumor.
Hmm.
She was actually close to me. She was like my friend. And whenever I have to like do like a dark scene or something, it kind of like the tears just come after I think about her
Hmm.
and what she went through and like how she was so brave and persevered through it all. So I think
Right.
that's about.
And I'm so sorry about your friend, and brain tumor, and um, it's just I mean, words I cannot express my words enough, but I'm so sad about that. I'm so sorry to hear that when they're so close to you. Now, what's more important to an actor? Is it training or is it talent, in your opinion?
I think that training is really important. I think that helps build talent and help build ability to get to an emotional state and to do whatever like comes to mind and
Mhm.
um have like instincts and letting like following those instincts. I think that training really helps with that whole thing.
Um, that's a good point as well. I totally agree with you. Now, what's your greatest strength as an actress as of now? I mean, you're 14 years old. That could change right now, but what's your greatest strength?
Hmm. Um, I think that I think that I think I can connect to emotion at a good point and like think about it for a little bit, let it settle, and then just have it come to me. And like roles where I have to like scream and stuff, like that comes to me pretty naturally. And thinking about things I've gone through has helped me to be in that space. Yeah.
Now, what's your greatest strength as an actress?
Um, okay. This is kind of like a strength, but a little bit, it's like a quirky strength. So, um, apparently I've heard that I could raise my eyebrow a lot. And I can't do it on command. So, it's a little interesting. Apparently I raise my eyebrow a lot. Like when I'm doing scenes and stuff, but also just when I'm talking. And I think it's just funny because I don't know. My dad can do it too, but it's like I guess it might be like a genetic thing.
Interesting. So, I mean, as me talking to you right now, I don't see you raise your eyebrows, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting that you don't do it on command, but you just do it by yourself. So
Yeah.
you've done it on set. People notice it.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Wow. Now I'm gonna ask you, what are your short term goals for your acting career so far?
Yeah. I guess to get as much training as I can to be able to help me grow as an actor and also grow as a person. Because I feel like acting can help you grow as a person. Um, yeah.
And do what's your long term?
Long-term goal. Um, hmm. Maybe, um, maybe to like be able to connect with maybe not as like deep emotion, but like the in between, like
Mhm.
connecting with just like not crying, but like having that pain already, that like without like having tears come down, but like feeling the pain of the story. I think that that's something that that I have a goal to do. Yeah.
Wow. Now a little bit more about you. You said you have a sister,
Yeah.
and she also acting.
So she's on a different career path. She yeah, we're really close, but she's going to college this year, actually, this fall. And she thinks she's thinking about going into law, maybe. So a whole different career path.
And you're the sister that's choosing the acting career. And
Yeah.
that is a really totally different path. Um,
Yeah.
Now, do you have any funny or interesting, any funny or interesting stories on set or behind the scenes?
Yeah. Um, well, for when I was doing my film Planting an Unwanted Seed, I I am getting revenge on my sister and I have to touch raw fish and and put it on her pillow. And I guess it's not that big of a deal, but if you do like, more than one take of it, it can get your hands a little gross. And I don't know. I mean, I cook, so I've touched fish, but at least with gloves on, so it's a little different. I can't have gloves on while I'm touching the fish on on
So
set.
it was a fish, but it was raw, but no glove, and you had to touch it.
Yeah. And it was like it was sardines, and that's the only fish that kind of grosses me out. So but I moved past it. I got through it.
Oh, that's so good. I agree with you. That's touching the fish and it's raw and it's not. Yeah, it's totally different. Now, do you have any hidden talents that nobody knows about? Only your family knows.
Yeah. I'm okay, I'm writing a short film. Which I'm really excited about. I haven't said much about it yet, and I haven't really told a lot of people yet. But it's about like teenagers, and I'm trying not to give out the whole story yet. But I'm really excited about it, and I will share more information once I have about it. Um, yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that, and only my parents and my sister knows about it.
And I just have to ask you, I know you can't talk about you don't want to talk much about it, but are you directing it?
Yeah, I'm planning on writing it and directing
Wow. Amazing. Congratulations. I
it. Thank
definitely have you back on my show and talk about that as well. Can I know I'm a little pushy, but can you give the audience a little details when it's going to be released? Nothing, right? When it
you.
started or
I'm trying to figure that all of those parts out. I haven't figured all of that out yet.
okay. I try.
I
I
get
try to
it.
get it out of you.
No, I get it.
Now, do you have what else do you know? How does your friends, I have to ask this. How does your friend feel about having you, you're acting and do they, do they much like do they brag about you in school? I mean, or just like a normal life routine?
Well, I have a really close friend that I've known for a long, long time, and she really supports me in it. Um, and I love her. She's so great. So all is good with that.
That's amazing. It's so cool because sometimes when you start getting on film and TV, somehow the whole school knows about you, and they're like, oh my gosh, right? So, and it's really cool and awesome, and some people don't like it. But now, more about you again. But you were, like I said, 14 years old, started 2020. And did you ever see yourself having these three films already, or did you see yourself maybe doing two films? What's your view?
Um, I I think it's really cool that I was able to do a few films so far. I'm having a great time with all of it, and I'm really grateful, and I'm really happy with all of it.
Wow. I'm like I said, I'm so proud of you. Like as you won the one you just did, the planting unwanted seeds. That was one the best short film. And that one, and then of course you played young Addison. That's coming out. And then you played a young Christine. And so I read the story about the Queen of Magic. It's very touching. And of course, the one that's more touching for me is the Unmutable Uncertainties about the mother getting into Alzheimer's, and you play.
Yeah,
So that one right there is powerful for me for you to be in that. So again, congratulations, and I can't wait to find out and hear about and for you to talk about more of your projects.
I'm
So
really excited too.
so proud of you. Now,
Thank
you're welcome. What is your advice for young actors who are looking up to you or who, wants to get into acting? What's your advice for them?
Yeah, I would say keep doing it, believe in yourself. Don't let anything stop you from following your dreams, and be confident, and love yourself for who you are.
Amen. I totally agree with you. Love yourself, who you are. Now, it's just a curious question, because I've been to New York one time. I know it's crazy. Only one time, okay?
Yeah.
It's something fun to do in New York. So if I flew into New York today, for example, what is the number one thing you're going to tell me I have to see?
Oh, okay. So other than Broadway shows, because it's a must-see, um, I would say, well, Central Park is a really great place, and I live pretty close to it. Um, and there's the carousel ride, there's like pizza, really good pizza, in New York City. There's ice skating, which is really cool. Me and my sister love doing that. I bring my friends there and we go ice skating, which is really cool. So I guess there's so much to do in New York City. It's hard to pick.
And I have to ask, it's the city never sleeps.
Oh yeah, it's always crowded, it's always busy. But I guess that's what I love about the city, because there's so many different people, different perspectives on life.
Right. And you were born and raised in New York.
Yeah,
So you're a New Yorker girl.
yeah.
Now one thing about pizza, real quick. Is it different than, because I know every state, California, New Mexico, Arizona, New York, all these states, Chicago. Now, your pizza in New York, is it, I just have to ask, I know it's weird. Is it the true Italian pizza? Like how do you describe it? Like,
Well, I've never been to Italy and I do want to go. So I don't know if it's the same as in Italy, but in New York City it's really good. It has that I think it has that Italian flair apparently. I don't know if it's exactly how it is in Italy, but it's very, very highly recommend.
I was just curious. I heard people talk about that. So, and I don't remember if you told me, but is the smoke gone in New York or is it still there?
So it was there for a little bit. I was actually in school when it was there, and I was on the way home, and we were all like wearing masks and stuff. It's okay. But it felt like COVID. It was so strange.
No, I saw you post a picture on your Instagram, your story, and I mean I've never seen New York so I just have to say because people are saying it's like Mars. It was so
Crazy.
I mean it was like I mean because you look at other states, you're like, oh, clear skies, blue skies. You look at New York and you're like,
Yeah. It was from the Canada fires. So
mhm.
apparently they were still burning when the smoke came. I don't know if they're still burning, sending love to them, because that's awful.
Did that also affect New Jersey and Boston as well?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad it's over. Glad to hear that you're okay and everything. So my last question is, do you have any other upcoming projects that you are doing other than the film you're directing and producing, but any other upcoming projects?
Yeah. I am filming a feature film soon. I think it's gonna be upcoming project. I don't know exactly when it's gonna shoot. But I'm excited. And it's actually a horror film, so that's kind of cool.
Okay, and and like I said, you're not allowed to tell that story yet, correct?
I don't think I'm allowed to tell yet.
One day you eventually can tell me and tell the audience. So, I do appreciate you coming on my show. Means a lot. And
Thank you. I'm glad I could be here.
yes, and I'm so proud of you and the project you've done. And I'm just so shocked. You just started, 2020, it's already 2023, and for you, like I said, you started during the pandemic, it must have been, so difficult. So, you know,
Yeah.
I forgot to ask, did you go to you went to acting school, correct? Or did you not?
I went to acting school for a little bit, yeah, before I'm doing what I'm doing now.
Right. Wow. And then you're acting. So that's amazing. And then of course it's only you and your sister, no brother.
No brother. I don't know. My sister's not into, I don't know. We've always said if we do have a brother, we better it better be a nice one.
Um, wow. So now, do you like? What do you mean, like, if there be a nice one, you don't want me?
No, no, it's just girls and boys, I guess, have different energy. That's all.
That's true. That's 100% true. Because they have different ideas, and
Yeah. But
well, I'm
they're both
so like, yeah, that's true. And like I said, I'm so proud of you and your acting career, and you're 14 years old. Keep it up, keep the passion, and definitely can't wait to have you back on my show and talk about your future projects and the roles and and other acting. So thank you again for coming on.
yeah, I'm so glad I could be here.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Well, I will talk to you soon. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.